Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS25 map presentation video. My map FourFields has been released at Modhub for all platforms. You can find a link in the description below, or you can download it in the in-game Modhub. Yeah, and my map FourField is all about FourFields. Let's go and fly a little bit. Then we can see it. So it's a very simple map. It just has 4 fields and 4 farms, and everything else that you need on a map is along the road that is just around those 4 fields. So everything is easy to find, and you find more or less everything that you need. Several selling stations, a bunch of production buildings, you find forests, and even a camping ground. And when you buy the land of the camping ground, you get a passive income. And we have 3 little villages. Yeah, and those fields are the main feature of the map, and you can even combine them together with a plow if you own all 4 of them. And yeah, then you have more or less the biggest field that is possible on a standard sized map. And that was the idea behind this map, to give console players the ability to work on huge fields. And this map is for PC players as well, obviously, but PC players can find bigger maps with bigger fields at every corner, and therefore I made this with console players in mind, that they have the possibility for those nearly insanely big fields. And beware, it's quite a lot of work to work on those fields. It takes a while. So let's go down again and have a look at the farm. Here you can see the barn, which you will know from Riverbend Springs. And this is a farmhouse, a walk-in farmhouse. And we can just have a look here. This is the house where DJ Goham used to live. It looked a little bit different inside, but more or less very similar. And we planned this house together, and he made the floor plan and I built the house, and it was a lot of fun. And on this map you have it in 4 different varieties, 2 different roof shapes, and with and without garage. And other than that we have sheds and yeah, nice equipment for the beginning, medium to rather big sized combine with 15-meter header, and some rather big trailers, and with a truck. And then here a sewing machine and a cultivator. The first tractor, we have 3 tractors in total with around 300 horsepower. And I'll tell you about those production buildings later. Here we have a fertilizer spreader. And the next tractor, this is a case, and then we have a McCormick, and I thought to have different brands that everybody find a brand that he likes. Yeah, here we have a buying station for all kinds of animal food and farm supply. Here machinery for grass harvesting. And a cow barn with up to 500 cows. And there are already 10 cows that are munching on the grass. Yeah, and yeah, I put them there because I thought it's nice to have some moo already if you start fresh on this farm. And they don't get hungry because they have the grass here. Okay. Then we have a silo, multi-fruit silo over there. And now to the productions. They are similar like my small farm production, but they are much more powerful from the number of cycles, so they produce more stuff, and you can't walk inside. It's just a decorative building. And in the left one, you can produce more or less all base game products, like bread, canola oil, and so forth. And the right one is for farm supply, that you can produce total mixed rations, silage, hay, pig food, fertilizer, seeds, and so. Yeah, and they are quite useful, I would say. Okay, but they are not big enough to produce bread from the whole field that you harvest. That would have been just too much. But you can produce a lot of bread and sell it for a good price, and then sell the rest of your grain at the harbor, for example. Okay. Now we could have a look at the PDA map. Then you have an overview. Here you can see the 4 fields, and the whole map fills up a standard size map nearly to the edge, so we have only few meters of the standard size that you can't walk and buy. And down there at the right side is the main farm that you start with as a new farmer, and you own one of those big fields. And the fields are rather cheap for a field of this size, but I thought if you play as farm manager and you only have 1 million, you need to buy one field and equipment, and therefore the price should be low, that you can buy at least one field. Yeah, and then here around the fields we have all things like selling stations, productions, villages, and a camping ground. Did I tell you already about the camping ground and the passive income? I think yes. The dealership, more farms, 4 in total. Yeah, and you have quite a lot of selling stations. Here you can see at the farmers market, grain selling station, harbor selling station, and windmill production. And if you produce, for example, bread, where is the bread? You can sell it at all those selling stations. Okay. Now just fly around. This is quick and easy on this map. Here you have an empty area, and you can buy this and place your own buildings, own productions, or whatever you want. Or you can just mow the grass. And we have several areas that are just more or less empty with some decorative trees, and other than that just grass, where you can do whatever you want. This area belongs to the field. So to feed your cows you already have quite a lot of grass, but this is not a grass field, this is just meadow grass, so you have to do it yourself, not with a helper. Okay, here we have an area, a shopping center, and you as a player use the outside area as a selling station for the cafe, delivering station for the bakery if you own it, and then a selling station for a grocery store. And the people who live here, they use the inside and can go to the cafe or buy some baked goods at the bakery, or talk to David and buy stuff at the grocery store. And the bank is just decorative. So now we have the whole village. And here we have more production buildings, the tailor, the spinnery, and over there the little dairy production. And around all of those production there's quite a lot of space that you can drive there easily with bigger equipment. And that it's not so hard to navigate. And there are no fences but bushes. So if it's still too narrow for your liking, you can just drive through the bushes without any collisions. Here we have the restaurant ship selling station. And you might know this already from Riverbend Springs. And I liked it so much that I thought, okay, we need it definitely here. And yeah, I think it's wonderful. Here we have the camping ground, and you can see the holiday homes. And when you buy this lot, you get money every hour. And yeah, for renting out those holiday homes. And we also have a selling station here that works for those little shops here combined. And there is Walter, if you want to talk to Walter. And then we have the shop, the dealership, and with the workshop, and behind is the gas station. So there it is. And then we have a farmer's market, and this is just the one from Riverbend Springs, and I'm planning on making my own farmer's market, which is more decorated and looks nicer when you bring stuff inside to sell it. And yeah, when this is finished, I will make an update for the map. But right now, we have to live with this farmer's market from Riverbend Springs. And there is the second farm. It has the same buildings, but they are arranged in a different way. And we have a buffalo barn. You could also use it for cows, but I built a little pond that the buffaloes can enjoy the water feature. Yeah, and I really like it. And I like it too. And it was a lot of fun to build it. And it doesn't have a real gameplay function, this water pond. It's just nice. Okay, here we have another village. I go a little bit higher. And there is a windmill production, a grain mill that produces a lot of grain. So if flour, if you want to have more flour than your production at home can produce, then you could buy this windmill. And there is the animal dealer. And here in this meadow, we have some free roaming animals, sheep and goats here. And every time when you come, there are different sheep and goats. Yeah, and it's just for the fun, like the animal dealer in Riverbend Springs has. And here is Katie, and she takes care that the sheep don't run onto the road. And here inside the building we have cows. Oh, there are only few. Sometimes there are more cows. And here you can buy the animals, and you can here you can hear them having the auction for the animals. And there you can sell animal food like silage, straw, and so forth. Okay, let's go higher again and then rush through the productions. Here is the grape production, the oil production. Here we have a large garden. If you buy the lot, you can use this garden, and it looks very dry now, even if it has water pre-placed. But it's always like that when you place a garden or a greenhouse on a map, it looks like that in the beginning. Here we have the harbor selling station, and you can sell more or less everything here. And then over there is the third farm. This is the farm for the sheep and the goats. So we have a sheep and goats barn here. And I built a little hill that they can climb. I thought it would be nice for the goats to have something like that, but the sheep also like to climb on this little hill. And here we have a selling station for grain and such. Here is the paper factory, and you can see a lot of forests. And not such a big forests, but several scattered around. And on the outside they have leaf trees, but on the inside they have trees that you can harvest with a harvester. And you can earn quite a lot of money with those small forests. Or you can just leave them and enjoy having forests on the map. And there we have a sawmill and a wood chip and wood selling station. And behind there some decorative building. And here is the fourth farm with the pig barn. And the pig barn is, with some trees and some mud and bushes, that the pigs can enjoy their life with a lot of muds and trees if there's want. Because the normal trees, the wild pigs, they live in forests, and therefore I think those cultivated or modern pigs, they would also like some trees. And they seem quite happy. They lay around and enjoy life like in the holidays. Okay, now let's go on. Here a tower to climb and another of those gardens. And here we have the carpentry and another sawmill and the BGA. And another village, this with a little pond. And here we are already back at our farm. So as you can see, a very simple map with 4 huge fields. I wish you a lot of fun with those fields and a lot of patience. If you want to grow something there, you are free to separate them and make several fields out of them, obviously. And and my other maps will be with smaller fields, but I thought it would be a good idea, and I know a lot of people like those huge fields, and therefore I brought it to FS25. Okay. If you want to buy FS25 or a DLC, feel free to use my code OMATANA. You'll find the link for the PC version in the video description. It doesn't cost you anything extra and supports me a lot. Now I wish you a wonderful day, thank you for watching and all the best till next time. Tschüss!